important to come to conferences like this. You can get yourself out of your own world, and you can hear what's happening outside of your world, outside of your business. It's enlightening to hear the stories that are told by people who you don't work with.
Mais la situation est difficile pour tous. En fait, on travaille tous très, très fort. On n'a pas beaucoup de temps. Le temps est limité. Donc, de sortir du bureau, de se regrouper ensemble et de discuter d'enjeux qui sont communs à tout l'ensemble de l'industrie, c'est essentiel. On prend souvent pas assez le temps de le faire. Alors je pense que c'était une belle façon d'échanger, de partager, de voir ce qui se fait aussi de nouveau, de encore plus edgy de ce qu'on a vu nous-mêmes en lisant à travers les médias de l'industrie.
Well, there was a great conversation around virtual reality and augmented reality. And working for an airline, one of the concerns from our perspective is if you actually have virtual realities, is there any need to actually travel? And yet we're looking at it saying there's an opportunity to actually give people the enticement to travel. So already you can see that something that you would consider as perhaps competition or a threat to what we actually do for a living can actually be a complement to it. And it's that sort of thinking that you have in these environments when you bring people together and talk about it.
You know who my favorite was? Ivan Pollard. Coca-Cola, and just talking about the brand that's been iconic for so many years, and just speaking about there's that balance of digital and all of the traditional media.
It just reminds you that you can't stand still, that disruption is all around us, and I think there's kind of two ways you can look at it. One is you can kind of be all freaked out by it, and the other way is you can learn, you can absorb as much as you can, and figure out how you're going to deal with the disruption. So I think it's empowering.
Mattel did a presentation on Barbie, and if you look at Lisa's presentation on how a brand can lose its way and how do you find the way, and so being able to understand those best practices and the real lessons on a global scale, you'd be remiss to miss this.
I'd say you really need to come here, otherwise you're going to miss what's happening today and the things that are going to be happening in the future.
I had a whole table, I brought my whole team, and midway through the day and at the end of the day I said, well, what do you guys think? Was it worth a day out of the office? And all of them thought it was amazing. And again, it just gives you that time to reflect. Is great when you have your team there, because of course you can jam on some ideas while you're here in the day, and then when you go back to the shop you can say, yeah, that's what we said we were going to do, so let's get on with it.